All right, what we got, dude?
Dude.
Oh.
It's a Kodak moment. One of them just hanging in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can see right up in there, loud and clear. Oh, look at that! It's a beautiful hole.
You literally see straight through, you guys.
Oh yeah?
What's up?
Brownest water I
There you
ever
go.
seen.
One,
There's all kinds of
two,
cranes.
3. Lived about 4 times longer than I think anybody would have given it credit for.
Oh! Mostly everything came out already. LS Pinata.
Engine number 3. Yeah, here, 3rd time's the charm. All right, so we'd have to change the reluctor ring on our Gen 3 or our Gen 4 if we wanted to get that to work on the Gen 3. So it doesn't seem like a viable option,
Like
and now we're
crank
down to like 2 or 3 days. Yeah, 2 days. So
Well, it's Wednesday night, so.
that's a lot of crap.
But last minute gearhead takes care of us.
That is awesome.
Overtures, got flanges, fitting. Come on, George. We need some Mr.
Yeah, dude. Tell you what, that's a lot of crap.
Awesome sauce.
Looks small.
This is a lot of hoses to make, man. You know what this is? Time and money. Good thing it's yours, man. That's why you're the man. It's 8:30, day 1. Been going pretty hard all day. We're pretty tired, I'm not gonna lie. Probably not gonna stay too much later than 9, but
That's soft, man.
it is, so
Soft.
we'll see. We got our coils mounted. Let's put them over here, cut this baby out, so it's pretty dang clean. Super clean. This lid looks best it's ever looked, honestly.
Hey, I did the computer cover too.
Oh yeah, that too. So right now we're extending our injector plugs, coolant temp plug, because we had a harness that ran right through here. If you remember, there was a power block here on these trucks, so we're gonna have to remake a lot of the big power wires. We're gonna have to move the starter wire, the starter harness, crank sensor,
You were able to ditch the wiring for the AC.
AC. Pulled out those wires out of there. Here they are, cut. We're just trying to clean the harness up so nothing gets burned up.
Big changes in a week from one
This is a
burnout
big
contest to the
change.
next.
Yeah,
Did you just not do good enough at the last one or something?
didn't do it. Just wasn't cutting it. You got some good wire here, some good speaker wire. We got our fuel system completed though. We got our supply -8 right here, and our return. It's kind of hanky danky, but it'll get the job done.
You're using the
You're
using the factory supply as a return, and that's the factory stuff. And then we got the new -8 going out.
Film this though. I want to see this happen. So Laz put some electrical tape here, made some marks because the bed is, you know, it's done. It's done for. So.
You know
it's
how many
quite like
people are
that.
cringing at a step side bed
Oh, dude.
getting beat up?
Yeah. It was sad. It was sad.
It already had one crack in it.
Yeah.
in the
so
get-go.
it was already done.
Yeah, it looks like it needs a little bit of porta power action over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
This isn't
Did
quite...
a little wall tap. Oh man, it's still gonna be cracked. We can zip tie it or
Oh,
something.
look in there.
Holy shamoly. Alright, big wall tap. Yeah, dude, we'll just slice her down. It's gonna look good.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's gonna look like. It's probably gonna look kind of weird. So Laz has been working on the trans cooler and the oil cooler.
We talked about it earlier, going under the truck. And then George is like, hey, what about us putting them on the sides?
Yeah, we got all this open space
Yeah,
right
nice
here.
little spot right here. We're gonna go. Got my bolts in there right now.
Look at
We're
that,
gonna go
man.
above there. We got some brackets for the top. Gonna mount that up there.
It's gonna be perfect.
Nice and tidy up out of the way. I want to put a plug, unless you want to run a temp sensor in there, but
Nah.
we'll put a plug in that. And then I haven't had a chance because you've had it down on the lift. Try out the brackets on the oil cooler. We're doing the same scenario.
A lot more busy over here, but
Busy, but there's room.
there's room.
Yeah, so I just threw this bracket on here just to see where it lays out.
Yeah, so that thing can be just kind of bent or whatever we gotta do.
Might just flatten it
Yeah.
and have it come up on top of
Lower
this
it down.
lip.
Oh yeah.
And that'll be good.
As you can see, we got our wires pulled out of here. I guess we'll unhook this starter wire so we can go ahead and remake that.
Yeah, so we're gonna shorten that up. We're gonna actually run it along the bottom of the radiator core support over here to a bulkhead to get some of the power distributed to this side. And we got that solid state relay that we're gonna put up there to control the fans on the intercooler.
Yeah, we can use that one over there for all the stuff down here, and then we use the other one for up top or something like that.
Yeah, we gotta get power back to those guys too.
Hopefully we get the rest of our stuff in tomorrow. All right, we're gonna get back to it for a little bit and then give you another update before we go home.
Did you order a new bushel?
Yeah, sure did.
But
So we got the oil cooler. It's gonna get plenty of air, plenty of cooling.
cool air at that. It's not gonna get all the heat, hot engine there.
Yeah.
The brackets are a little bit low on the outside, but we just gotta get this truck on the ground and nobody will see it. I think that's gonna be about it for tonight.
Pulling our O2 sensors out so we can put them up there by the Terpskis. This O2 is in the trans harness, so we gotta strip it out, pull it out up there.
A little bit of more harness cleaning up than you thought.
A lot more than I thought. We're basically gonna have the whole harness rerouted. Dude, Rodney's gonna be tricked out with
You're-
the junkyard motor.
You're gonna retire Quicksilver?
Yeah, no kidding. Daily this thing.
All right, we got old Ryan doing some studying here. Making some good progress, brother. So about 30 minutes ago, all of these wires were strewn about everywhere and looking a lot better at the moment.
Intimidating, but
Yeah, we're getting there.
head on straight. So
Okay, so one of the things that we're doing right now is putting a flex fuel sensor in there, and we're trying to find out the pin. This is not normally one of the PCMs that we would do that on. That's early. So this is like I think the second available year that you can put a flex fuel sensor on that. However, here's the tricky part. When we do that, if we do flex fuel, we're also limited to 15 pounds of boost. This is like a sloppy mechanics ride-up thing, I'm quite sure.
why is that?
So if you do a 3-bar, you can't do speed, or you can't do flex fuel. So we either need to go fully committed to 3-bar and run not necessarily the flex fuel strategy, just run E85 all the time, full. That's one option. Or we do the flex fuel so that we can blend our fuels and then go to 15 pounds of boost.
Can we change that?
We can eventually, yeah.
Because
Later on if we turn
all
it up.
E85 sounds good, but if
Also,
this thing
all
ever
the boost
makes it on,
sounds-
like race week or something like that,
Yeah.
for instance. It's not
All the
gonna be
boost
an
sounds
option.
good too, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like, oof.
So yeah, you'd be limited to 15 pounds of boost, that's 2-bar. Of course, with
It's like-
E85, you can run more. It's like one
Like
one
6
hand
in
washes
one
the
hand,
other.
half a dozen in the other.
You totally butcher that, man. I know you love that. You overuse it, and it's totally wrong. One hand washes the other. That's more appropriate in this, okay? So with more flex fuel, you want to be able to run more boost, but you just can't.
This is definitely like the time-consuming, ridiculous part, but it'll be so worth it because everything's gonna fit. We're not gonna hopefully ever have to worry about it catching on fire.
I think that's always something. You know what? One of those fire extinguishers that I just bought, we need to have that. It needs to be in the cab.
At all times.
All right, so let me go check on what Laz is working on here. So it's a busy day, guys. Look at this thing. So stoked with this. Can't wait to get back to working on this thing. But this week, George's burnout truck. Over here, Laz is working on, we found that we had one of our fuel pumps was dead. Terminal was it folded down?
Yeah, it's folded down. So it didn't get on there right. Lost contact.
So we did have it at one point though.
Yeah.
We definitely had it on the dyno, and well, that's good. You don't even have to pull it.
Yep.
That's really good. We're gonna try and run it a little bit later tonight and see if we can do a new personal best. There it goes.
2 pumps.
2 fuel pumps. Back again. Heck yeah. That's about an easy fix of the day.
Yeah. Like that.
All right, so next thing on the list, I wanted to show you guys a couple of cars that I'm going to be working on here. So these guys are doing what they got to do, and I got to keep the cash flow coming in. So I got to work on some pretty neat stuff, though. This is a beautiful, beautiful car. It's from Tom Argy Design, guy down the street. They do fantastic restorations. And this one's not even completely done. So LS3 swap Malibu. Oh, I love those flanges, man. Those are so nice. They dropped this thing off. It doesn't even idle right now, so we're gonna try and go get that squared away in just a little bit. But yeah, certainly not even totally roadworthy yet. I think the doors barely close or something. I don't know. Hasn't even tested the brakes or anything yet, but we got to dyno it, get her all dialed in, and figure her out. All right, fellas, this is the MAF that we are deleting. Now, when we're deleting that guy, that has the IET, that's that little doober hanging down right there. You can look into the terminal end, and it's kind of hard to see. You might be able to see it right there. There is 2 pins that are off to the right that have a different oval right there. We need to take those out, and those are going to go and get relocated. Probably going to drill and tap into the intake manifold. We'll have to get a little harness, probably like 15 bucks. I think the sensors maybe 15 bucks. But at that point, we'll have the actual air temperature inside the intake manifold be accurate while deleting our MAF. All right, so right here is our flex fuel sensor signal. This is going to 0.5 volt reference, and that is actually going to go into pin 56 into right here. So the top and the bottom each have 80 pins each. This is the blue, so blue 56 is going to be where that's going to end up there. Now, a small problem. We don't have these round connectors, so we're gonna actually have to take and depin one of the connectors that we have here to use that terminal on another terminal. So everything will be good up until we have to depin something that we are no longer using.
Got plenty of extra of those.
I believe you could say that that is adapting and overcoming.
That is 100%.
You know what we haven't thought of?
What?
Blow-off valve.
Oil drains.
We haven't thought about oil drains. Hey, remember when you had that cover off? That front cover?
Good time.
That would have been a wonderful time.
This balancer, you just...
Yeah, it didn't hit me at the time.
You think the cover is where we should do it? That would be a very easy place to do it, huh? We'll
Definitely
see.
have some things we gotta figure out. Cross that bridge when we get to it. All right, we got our tranny mount in. Got our tranny cooler mounted in there, and Ryan, you said you had to remake driver's side plug wires here. And I was wondering why, but you were just...
We relocated the coils on the top, so we made the wires a little bit longer to come down underneath the brake booster and around the steering, and then go up underneath the header with all 90-degree boots, just so we're not going to burn the wires or anything like that.
Yeah, I think we had it before. We had it on the fuse box, is that right?
They were kind of straight, and then now we're coming down and underneath, just so clearancing of the steering shaft and header right there.
Yeah, there's a little less space, but yeah, that's, I see now.
This side all has like 45s, which kind of go straight, and that side has the clearance, but this side has the brake booster and steering shaft and stuff in the way, so.
I got the super easy side yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're like, I think I got the easy side.
Yep.
We had a universal wire kit, so we might as well use it, and it worked out good.
Ooh, do y'all smell that? That's the brisket.
you?
Yeah.
It's that barbecue.
I didn't fart, it's the brisket.
If you did, I'd follow you around for a while.
Yeah, just gotta zip tie them up nice and neat, and
Okay.
that'll be done.
What else are you working on here, George?
These are the lines for the trans cooler. Whole harness is done and tucked nice. All the stuff that used to run around the front of the motor is now running around the back of the motor. You can see our starter harness here. All that's kind of remade.
Oh yeah.
It actually didn't have to be extended at all. So if you ever want to do a wire tuck on your truck, slap that baby right. You got to pull the whole harness apart, but.
Yeah.
We had to pull the whole harness apart to get our O2 sensors out. Here's our O2, so hopefully they can go straight up to our thing. But we had to pull a lot of stuff out of the harness and relocate it, so we figured just pull it all apart, do it right one time.
So to recover this real quick here, so you didn't really actually have to cut and resolder anything, you just pulled it back and you had the slack there?
For this O2 and the starter stuff, we did do a lot of cutting the injectors. We'll show you that when we go back down. Alternator.
But this is so we can get the O2 sensor up where we want it. We're going to be pre-turbo, and a lot of people say, hey, you want that post-turbo. I disagree. I like to see that pre-turbo because it kind of changes the way that you see the mixture. So I think you get a better, cleaner, accurate, especially if you're trying to diagnose misfires. It's a better method to do that. The O2 sensor will take it, no problem.
I trust my tuner, so.
All right.
We've got our fresh spark plug wires. Yeah, Ryan just finished those. So
Yep.
the only thing we gotta do is get our IAT out of the MAF here. What am I saying? The only thing we gotta do. There's like a million things we still gotta do.
There's still like 75 things,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But,
at the moment.
we'll let you know.
Yeah, just coming along. So guys, this build is for Cleetus and Cars, which is this Saturday, and we're doing everything we can to make this happen. If you guys are there, come down, look for us, say hello. We'd love to say hi. And we cannot do the stuff that we do without your support, so thank you guys so very much that have bought our merch. And if you guys haven't, please check out our store. It definitely helps us grow. All right, let's get back to it. Well, she ain't pretty, but it's honest work. This is certainly not some of our prettiest work, but we are trying to fill some of the void here. We're trying to redirect airflow into the intercooler. So when I'd seen that it was getting really, really hot air temperatures, we tried to do something about that. The main problem is at speed, if we can direct more airflow to it. Now, the radiator works fantastic at speed, so that tells me we're getting good airflow through that there. The radiator is not doing well in stop and go traffic. We're going to address that next, but for the moment, intercooler. So with funneling all of that right there, twofold. You start with cooler air, you're gonna end with cooler air. We tore off our cold air box for the moment. We're gonna open this guy up and see if we can still keep the headlight, obviously, but be able to snap it in, open this area up, have it seal there. On top of that, we're actually going to take that insulation and wrap it around here because, again, we're reheating the air that we're ingesting because it's coming straight off the radiator. So that is something that we definitely want to address. We never do something like this, but because of the nature of where the turbo had to be, that's a result, or that's a problem that results from that. So we're going to try and address that. All right, in the meantime, Laz cut that guy open, so we've got a really nice, good cold air spot right there. And again, thank you guys. Read some of the comments there talking about how you can really quickly remove the headlight. Well, we did that. Might just leave that out for tonight if we go racing. Did cover this guy up in some insulation foam. I really want to get this piece made out of one aluminum piece. I'm really looking forward to doing that. We don't have the materials here at the moment. Guys next door might. But yeah, that'll clean that up a lot. This is the only part that we're having some issues popping off and such. And we had that when we had our MAF in there. Right now we have our IET. So we still need to get a sensor, you know, drilled and tapped into whatever pipe we have right there, but a 3-inch aluminum piece would be a-okay. We have our idle air control valve going through there. It goes into over here, so that is necessary to have a port on that as well. Optimizing, trying to get that efficiency just a little bit better all the way around. Definitely going to be a good day all around for the Crown Vic. We need all these puzzle pieces and try and make this a better all-around unit right here. All right, fellas, we're getting pretty close. I think we got the equation figured out. I wanted to show you a neat little trick that Laz did here in just a moment. But in the meantime, I wanted to show you this trick here too. I've shown this a couple times on the channel. So we're not going to pull the intercooler back out. This thing's a real pain in the butt. This does not have a bead. We haven't had a problem here, but we're remaking this. And just in the event that you don't weld this guy right here is going to allow us to put a bead all the way around that. So it's going to make me feel a bit more comfortable, and that won't blow off. But I'm going to put that all the way on there. So we had a couple of kinked, bent pieces. Laz has this exhaust expander. We're going to make that thing circular again. In the meantime, you're doing the opposite and then flattening that intake tube because we were having hood clearance issues. That's pretty. That's a lot more round than what it was.
Probably rotate it a couple of times and get it better, but
that's not bad. All right, so this is the piece that you were working on.
yeah, it's kind of ugly.
It's not the prettiest, but it's better than what we had. I think we can cut, yeah, we can trim a little bit off that guy. But we're really, really close to having almost a straight shot. That'll be nice.
The same size. See how this is cut at that angle?
Yeah. We want to take a sliver more off of like there, and then almost nothing on that side.
What are you thinking? Just put it straight out in front like that?
Yeah, we want it to be, so we're just trying to get the...
Well, we don't know how far the radiator intercooler is going to be either.
Right, we're going to make this on a 90.
Oh, so it points straight down?
No. So basically, this guy, we're going to have this remote, so we can cut this guy like right here-ish, and then we should be able to have the intercooler. We're going to have, you know, room right here. This is fine. So we have to be able to have this exiting out right where we're gonna have the gates probably somewhere over here-ish, and then exiting up like that. Make sense?
Yeah.
So we're pulling it, and it's going like that. It'll enter in, then it goes out at a 90-degree angle. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we need to take this guy right here. We're gonna get another one over here. Same type of deal. We want that like right in the middle of where that's gonna be. So you want it like a Y in a river. We want to get all of our boost controlled. We have a pretty good idea what's going on here. Still got many things to cross, but it is shaping up. You know, once you get something checked off the list, move right on to the next one. We have a problem.
Small problem.
We a bunch of the parts that were coming in, we have a major shipping problem, so we're having to improvise, and we're gonna make do with what we got. We're definitely gonna make it happen in the time frame, but
It won't be as pretty.
yeah, maybe not. But it is going to work, and we are going to make some power.
Definitely gonna make some power. 93% of the wiring completed. Just gotta get our fans for the radiator. Gotta put that in the back or something.
Radiator comes in tomorrow.
Radiator comes in tomorrow, hopefully.
Bed is off. You guys, actually, I never covered what you guys did with the bed. You kind of modded up some of the bed.
Yeah, just cut some of the broken off.
Yeah.
Oh, you did it?
I didn't.
You cut it?
Yeah, let's go take a look at.
Oh.
Actually, Christian did it.
Christian did it.
Hand-me-down job to my son.
We can set it down on the ground where it's a little bit more stable. We can do the tail light stuff.
Oh yeah, we gotta get that tail light out of there. I was kind of reading that.
Yeah, just cutting up.
Dude, heck yeah. I don't know, we gotta do something about the inside there. I guess just spray paint it, yeah. That's pretty sweet.
unbolts. Chuck is gonna unbolt.
Yeah, we gotta unbolt that, spray paint it.
And when
Oh,
the
yeah.
tire
That's
lets
gonna
go the
look so
next
cool.
time, though, it's just going to take this whole thing right off.
No, we'll just weasel this guy up, remount it. Oh. Put a little bolt right there.
Totally good.
So that's a comp cut.
Fuel system is
We got our flex fuel in.
starter wired up, rerouted everything in the harness. Everything is complete now, bolted up, tightened up. Coils, O2 sensors pulled up here. We're about to get some bungs situated for those babies.
Yeah. Yep, we got
Other
to do
ones
that.
pulled out over there. We got our power wires ran. We got our starter power wire ran. We're mounting up our MSD right now.
We got to cut this out for our wastegates. Now, small problem here, our wastegates that we had are not coming. So we're going to borrow the wastegates off of the S10 and probably some of the dump pipe going out. Maybe we can modify that or another one. But 316 speed is right around the corner. Do a lot of twin turbo Audis and Lamborghinis.
I made it possible because
Yeah.
they happen to use a lot of the Turbo Smart stuff.
Yeah,
that we
they're
have.
big turbo spark guys. Yep.
So we're able to borrow some fittings from them.
So that is a lifesaver right
Coming in
there.
clutch, big time.
Now, what we were going to do is we were going to have each intercooler we had an inlet on each side of the intercooler, and then it came up through the center and coming out. That would have been the perfect setup. However, what we're going to probably have to improvise with, we have two intercoolers that are here. We're probably going to have to wire the two intakes together, go in one side and then out the other. We don't know if these are the intercoolers that we're going to run yet. We're calling up some buddies trying to make some stuff happen, but that's the plan for the moment.
Man, he's buying pizza again. He's trying to
I'm
get to work
starving.
late.
Been working all day. This turbo's making me hungry.
All right, so if this was mounted here, we have our turbos kind of both pointed inside just a little bit. If we were to have our wastegates come in, we're going to have that going out here, our dump maybe like that. Playing fast and loose with it a little bit.
Don't zoom in on the weld job, you know, it's just
Hey, you're going to be able to
temporary.
say that you built your own twin turbo.
Yep, that's right.
So you get another bolt in that and take a look at it. It's pretty cool, man.
I love it.
This is a whole lot of awesome.
Whole lot of awesome. A little bit of sauce.
But yeah, it's so clean right here. All the wiring that you cleaned up is just
Black or red,
really nice.
letters.
It is not pretty, but it is very functional. So we got a headlight removed. See straight to the air filter. Well, kinda. Took it out for a rip. Air temperature recovers very, very good. Everything is, I'm actually incredibly pleased with that. Still having a little issues with the cooling system off and on, but we are ready to go to the track, see if we can get this thing in the 6s. Well, fellas, we made some major progress on George's truck yesterday. This thing is coming together and shaping up quite nicely. Still have a long bunch of stuff to do, and we are having to do a lot of adapting and overcoming. Also, the fact that we had done a number of different things on the Crown Vic, and Laz made a new intake tube, those are awesome bonuses. In fact, unfortunately, I missed filming Laz doing the intake tube while I was welding up the up pipes for George. His was a little bit more skillful. And I couldn't be happier with the overall performance of the Crown Vic. It is definitely getting better day by day. However, on the way home, I was kind of messing around and trying to race somebody, and I blew out the transmission number 6, that is. So, or is it 5? I don't know. But anyway, need a new trans for that. Unfortunately, that's probably not going to make it to Cleetus and Cars, but look forward to seeing you guys at Cleetus and Cars. Stop in, say hi. Look forward to meeting you guys. What we're doing with all this stuff is we are reaping, and we always reap what we sow. And the song suggestion I have for you here is 4x4 by Hardy. Hope you guys enjoy. God bless you. We'll see you next episode.